Hello and welcome to a new tutorial. My name is Daisy. You bought an Epson EcoTank printer to use for sublimation and by mistake you used the standard ink that came with the printer instead of the sublimation ink. Are you feeling a little frustrated? Don't worry, because today's video will save your day. In this complete step-by-step guide, I will show you how to replace the standard ink with the sublimation ink so that you can soon start creating your personalized items. So go grab your Epson EcoTank printer, your favorite sublimation ink, and let's get started together with this ink exchange adventure. For this project, I will be using Easy Fill Hippo Sublimation Ink. The first thing we're going to do is to open the printer top to get access to the ink cartridges. This process will be different depending on the printer model. This one is the Epson Ecotank ET4800. This printer is very easy to open to get access to the ink cartridges. Open this area. Then lift up the top of the printer. This part on the top left corner of the printer allows it to stay open, but we need to open it a little more. Push it all the way to the back so it comes off. That way you'll be able to open the lid a little more. Now lift the top halfway open. Do not open it all the way, because if you do that, these straps are going to come off, and if that happens, the printer won't work. One of mine came off, so I had to put it back again. There are 3 straps over there, so make sure that 3 of them are connected before you close the printer. So to hold the lid, I place a paper towel roll. Because it's soft, and like that it will not damage any part of the printer. Now we're going to uncover the ink cartridges. And here are the ink cartridges. The black one, yellow, magenta, and cyan. So we're going to empty all of these. I like to remove only the one that I'm going to be working at that moment, so I don't mix them up. I'm going to start with the black ink. We're going to remove the cartridge from the tube. This can be messy. I'm going to put on some gloves so I continue. For this, we're going to need a syringe with a plastic needle. To empty the cartridges, we don't need the plastic needle. We're going to use the plastic needle to empty the tanks. I'm going to link all of the supplies used for this tutorial in the video description below. We're going to place the needle on the little tube on the cartridge, and we're going to extract all the ink as much as we can. There might be a little stubborn drops of ink that don't want to come off, but that's okay. Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen. This process can be a little bit messy, so you will need to wear gloves. Also, you will need paper towel and alcohol. This one is almost empty. There are a few drops that are not coming out, but I will leave it like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and empty the tank. As you can see, all 4 tanks are full. So we're going to empty all of them one by one. For this process, we're going to use the plastic needle. You can find these syringes and plastic needles on Amazon. I'm going to link them in the video description below. Place the plastic needle inside the tube and extract all of the ink from the tank. it had a lot of ink, but it's almost empty. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the first tank is completely empty. Now we're going to place this cartridge on the tube. But first I'm going to clean it with alcohol and paper towel. Now we're going to empty all of the cartridges and tanks, just like we did with the first color. Since I only have 1 syringe and 1 needle, I'm going to completely clean it before I empty the next color. If you have 1 syringe for each color, you don't have to do this process. And we're done. We already emptied the ink cartridges and the tanks. Place the cartridges cover back. And close the lid. Push this piece to the back and close it. And the printer is ready. Now we're going to move to the next step. We're going to fill up the tanks with the sublimation ink. As you can see, all of the tanks are empty. For this process, I am going to be using Hippo Sublimation Ink. I'm going to link them in the video description down below. I like to use the Easy Fill Sublimation Ink. I'm going to start with the black ink. When finished filling up the tanks, turn on the printer, go to Settings, then Maintenance, then Power Cleaning, click OK and follow the prompt on the screen. This process will take like 11 minutes. When finished with this process, come back to the screen and click OK or Done. Next, we're going to print a nozzle check. On this printing, we're checking for continuous lines. If they are intermittent, we will have to repeat this process. These ones are continuous, just one on the red color, but I'm going to leave it like that. If you have many intermittent lines, I suggest you repeat this process. So now I'm going to start printing. I'm going to print between 5 or 10 pages with full color, and I'm going to throw those away. After that, we can start making custom items. And don't worry if the colors look different to the one on your computer. Sublimation ink activates with heat. After pressing, you're going to see the real colors. I'm going to press this design on this test t-shirt so you see how it works. I'm going to press it at 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 seconds. I'm sublimating on 100% polyester. Sublimation works best on 65% polyester and above. Let's reveal the design. Look how beautiful, look at those colors, very vivid and bright. So we already converted an Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printing. Now you know that the process of replacing the ink was not as bad as you thought. Now you don't have to buy a second printer. Look at the differences in color, the printing and the design already pressed. Like I mentioned before, sublimation ink activates with heat. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on how to replace standard Epson ink with the sublimation ink. If you like this video, I invite you to please support this channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, and by pressing the notification bell. Thank you for your visit, and until next time.